Hello there guys, it's Joey. So I said I would follow up the Gentle Whispers of Avalon video with a simplistic healing, I'm hesitant to say spell. It's more ritualistic, it's more of an action, it's more of a process than a spell. I'll title it Spell for simplicity, I think, but it's more ritualistic. So first and foremost, this is a method which I use regularly. I've never really been taught this. This is just something that feels natural to me. So it harkens to my relationship with Avalon, and it's about submersing your hands. In this case, you could do it in the bathtub if you wished as well, but for this sake of this video it's going to be submersing hands into the element of water, combining that with crystal magic and herb magic, and really just aligning yourself with the healing energies of Avalon. And the reason that you can place your hands in, and just your hands, is because of how sort of critical our hands are to our everyday work. And this can be something you incorporate on a daily practice in a smaller form if you like, to really just give yourself a quick cleansing when you're feeling a bit icky and you're a bit spiritually funked, or you've had a bad day, or you're angry, or you're annoyed, or you're irritated for whatever reason. And it's just something that you can do to leach the negativity out of yourself, give yourself a good purifying and on a magical level. So I'm going to place a quartz crystal into the center. Quartz is readily available, it's easily accessible, it's not expensive, and quartz is known as the multi-purpose healer that every healer should have, and it works with all the chakras and it works for all healing, and it raises the vibration of everything around it. So one quartz point. I prefer points. It's entirely up to you. It's easier to direct energy with points, in my personal opinion. I mean, for obvious reasons, you've got a center, you've got a focal point literally for your energy. So you're going to be requesting the aid of this crystal, or setting the intention of the work you wish for it to do, and you would hold it thusly and channel your energies and just bring up to bear in your mind the Lake of Avalon, of submersive healing, the element of water, submerging yourself, being cleansed, filling yourself up with white light, however you best visualize cleansing and healing yourself. And you're going to pop it in there. Then we're going to fill it up with water. Doesn't matter if the crystal moves. If it wants to go for a swim. I've actually used spring water on this occasion because I'm actually making this very ritualistic. Normally speaking, you could use tap water if you wanted. If you want it to be more ritualistic, if you want to incorporate spring water, if this is like a big cleanse, a big deep heal, then you could then use spring water that time. Less chemicals, purer, that sort of thing. But that's entirely up to you. And then what I am adding next is some Epsom salts. You can add regular salt as well, of course. Now it is cold water, so they're not gonna melt as well. Whee! Magnified fingers. Woo! The combining of salt and earth in this case, salt and earth, salt and water is earth and water, and salt is a purifier, of course, and the healing properties of Epsom salts are well known. They're well known to help you relax. They are good for stiff and aching muscles, detoxifying the body, soothing the nervous system. So we are having a cleanse, a heal, a leaching out of all that icky energy, and Epsom salts really do work well with that vibration. Then I'm going to put my healing mixture in. So this is my Gentle Whispers of Avalon, which you can purchase on store if you do so wish, or you can add your choice of healing herbs. That's it, move around. Oh, I love it. I love it when a plan comes together. Look at that, there's a healing woman curled right round. Oh goodness. Beautiful. Gotta love water magic. It's always mesmerizing. I'm sitting here watching the reflections in the side of the bowl, just thinking how metaphysical that looks, how unbelievably, it's like looking into the Lake of Avalon. That's, don't mind me, I'm just completely transfixed. And that's the idea as well, of course. The idea is to get yourself into a meditative state of mind, and I think that water and herb magic works perfectly for this. You can see the light just beaming through, even though the light isn't that great. It's just wonderful. So as this process is going, as your herbs are moving and swirling, you're focusing on the Lake of Avalon. I mean, if you don't want to focus on the Lake of Avalon, if you want to focus on your healing place, your visualization, then that's entirely up to you. I think, however, that lakes, in particular Avalon, work perfectly with healing, and that's where all my healing practice really focuses on. So I'm visualizing that. I'm filling the water with that vibration, that energy. I want it to be one with Avalon. I want to be one with Avalon. I want to be healed. I want to go back into the water. I want to be reborn there. I want all my troubles to be washed from me. I want to feel better. And you can visualize this in a number of ways. You can visualize the lake becoming one with the water. You can visualize your water glowing with a certain colour light if you want. That's one of the most basic ways that people are taught. But for me, I like to imagine that the etheric lake and the water sort of intermingle, intermerge, and become one. It even looks a little bit like an eyeball looking right back at me now, which is a little bit disconcerting, seeing as I'm going to put my hands in. Right, I'll only put one hand in so I can turn the camera off without blowing myself up. And then, if I can, hang on, let's just move around the camera. This is the problem with being short. Okay, right, and then you're just literally placing your fingers in, and if you have more water and you know, you can place your hands further in, and you just, this is, or if necessary, fingertips. And it feels really good actually. Oh goodness, I can feel the energy. Oh goodness, oh, it's so nice. Oh, cooling, refreshing. Oh, it's good. And you just take all that healing energy into yourself. Just be cleansed and feel all the ick draining back out of yourself into the water. You can dispose of the water down the drain, down the sink, down the loo, whichever, because you are basically returning water to water in that sense. And you are sort of flushing away all that negativity that you've yanked out of yourself, and then you cleanse your crystal following. Don't throw your crystal down the toilet. Yeah. So it's a relatively simplistic healing, ritualistic spell. Hesitant to call it a spell, but I guess we'll call it a spell for ease's sake. But this is just something that I was going to be doing this afternoon anyway, so I thought, you know, I will record what I have done and just show everybody. So I hope that was interesting and many blessings.